Hey everyone, welcome to Sideshow's First Look. Today we'll be taking a look at the Iron Strange die-cast 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from the Art of Avengers Endgame, part of the company's concept art series of collectible figures. The box is a slipcover design. The Eye of Agamotto dominates the front, sitting in the midst of a circle of archaic runes. A red nebula provides the backdrop on the front, side, and back, crisscrossed on the front by the lines of a mandala. The clamshells within that slipcover can be glimpsed on the side. We can see the usual black styro plastic shell combo, but there's also a bonus clamshell obscured by a cardstock sleeve. This figure comes with so much stuff that it's impossible to get it all in one shot. Starting out with the primary clamshell, we see the Iron Strange figure resting comfortably in the center. Flanking him are a pair of mandalas, a pair of nano repulsor cannons, and an assortment of 6 swap-out hands. The 2 plastic clamshells carry the lion's share of the accessories. In the first, we can see the pentagonal thematic base, the flight stand and figure clamp, an assortment of batteries, and an acrylic armature system. In the second plastic shell, we see the quartet of energy displacer sentries, a sling ring portal effect, and a battle mystic artifact. As this is the exclusive version of the Iron Strange figure, it also comes with this mystic sword, as well as an additional swap-out hand for gripping it. Beneath the final clamshell, you'll also find a spaceship-themed backdrop. Before laying out all of the accessories, let's assemble the base. First, you'll attach the flight stand to the pentagonal base. Once that's done, pop the top off of the stand. With that out of the way, you can slide the figure clamp onto the base. When you have the clamp at the level you want it, secure it in place with a screwdriver. Then bend the stand into a forward S configuration. With that done, you're free to thread the stand through the sling ring effect, which you'll then key into a place on the base. The next step is to slide the acrylic armature system onto the flight stand, resting it at the top of the figure clamp. Once you have the armature in its desired position, you can place the energy displacer sentries into their proper positions, with the taller sentries in the middle and the shorter sentries on the outside. With all that assembled, we can now squeeze the rest of all those accessories onto the table. There's the Iron Strange figure in the middle, along with the base, flight stand, energy displacer sentries, and the sling ring effect. On the right, we see 2 large mandalas that attach to the hands, several smaller circular mandalas for the wrists, and a square spell effect. Arrayed in front of the Iron Strange figure are the 6 swap-out hands, including 2 unique spell-weaving hands, a pair of flying hands, and a second matched pair of hands for wielding the combat mandala. On the left is the large circular combat mandala, the nano repulsor cannons, and the Sideshow exclusive accessories, the blue mystic arts blade and the hand for gripping it. Now let's take a head-to-toe look at the figure. The portrait features an authentic likeness of Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange, his hair slightly tousled and with an expression of focused intensity. The Iron Strange armor itself is a near copy of the Iron Man Mark 50 armor, with the primary difference being the substitution of the Eye of Agamotto in the place that would normally house the arc reactor, and also some raised runic elements surrounding it on the chest. The paint is the same gorgeous hot rod red that has been a dominant element in nearly every Iron Man armor to date, with a few notable exceptions. That red is interlaced with accents of gold and silver in patterns that interact with the near-seamless replication of the Mark 50 suit's nanotech faux musculature. Battery compartments can be found in the back, the triceps, and the outer thighs. With those batteries installed, you can power the various light-up features found in the suit. Now let's look at the articulation of the figure. The head rests on a sculpted neck that is attached to the torso by a single ball joint, and it can rotate a natural degree from side to side. The shoulders will shrug, dip, press, and row. Holding the pauldron out of the way will allow the arms to hit almost 90 degrees of lateral lift. The arms will also hit nearly 180 degrees of anterior lift and about 45 degrees of posterior lift. Lifting the bicep up will allow the arms to hit 160 degrees of bicep flex. And the arms can also rotate a small amount at the shoulder. Extending the torso will allow for the maximum movement there. Doing so will get you about 30 degrees of abdominal crunch and a decent amount of extension. There's also about 30 degrees of lateral crunch and about 45 degrees of twist. Dropping the legs at the hips will give you the necessary range of motion to hit about 60 degrees of lateral lift, as well as about 40 degrees of anterior lift, with a modest amount of posterior lift. The double jointed knees will provide about 160 degrees of hamstring flex. And with the leg still lowered, you can get about 20 degrees of rotation at the thigh. The feet will extend and flex. And a final joint at the ball of the foot will allow for some movement there. Now let's take a closer look at the accessories. There are a total of 9 mystic artifacts. They include this combat effect, these 2 large mandalas for the hands, 4 small mandalas for the wrists, and a final square mandala. Additionally, collectors who purchase the Sideshow exclusive version of the figure will also receive this mystic sword effect. These pairs of hands are meant to be used either independently or in conjunction with the specific spell effects. And this gripping hand is also only available with the Sideshow exclusive version of the figure. Additionally, the figure also includes these 2 nano repulsor cannons with a pair of fists visible in the middle. And finally, here are all of the base accessories, including the energy displacer sentries, the acrylic armature for holding them, and the sling ring effect. This has been Sideshow's first look at the Iron Strange die-cast 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from the Art of Avengers Endgame. Be sure to watch Unsealed and Revealed, How to Be a Poser, and Strike a Pose for even more 6-scale content. If you'd like more information about this figure, follow the link below, and as always, don't forget to let your geek side show. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen. If you'd like more information about the product featured in this video, click the link provided under product info. Again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.